I may be a freak, I may be a pervert, but you are manipulative as hell. I don't trust you. Hello, and welcome to Subhuman. This is a Yandere dating sim in which you are stalking a man named Elias who you think is your savior. Unfortunately, Elias might not be as kind as you think he is, because after getting to know him, it's clear that there is something very, very wrong with this man. Let's get started. Also, do remember to pay attention to the content warnings of this because it is a very heavy game. And yes, I do wish to play this game. It's hard for some people to recognize that they're an unpleasant person. I believe that is my biggest strong point, I'm aware. Ever since I was a child, I knew I was different. Not in the special type of way, but in the festering, putrid way. The kind of different that makes people sneer in disgust as they try and find a way out of a conversation or a room with me in it. What did I do? Or what have I done? I could blame it on the fact that I'm ugly. Or on something that's simply out of my control. But that wouldn't be fair, because that's not true. My personality weirds people out. My body language is all wrong. The way my eyes stare at people is scarily freaky, and the way I talk is just so screeching. It's truly, truly awful. It's gotten to a point where I wonder if people can feel it in the air when I walk into a room. Sometimes I feel people's stares bore into me like I just ruined whatever mood they were in, and the most shameful feelings hit me. Whenever I try to make friends, it's like I'm just being a burden, making everyone near me uncomfortable. Of course, people are just too nice to say it outwardly. I try not to speak. I try not to look or stare. I don't want to make people feel weirded out, and I think that deserves a bit of grace. I'm aware. I'm comfortable in my skin enough to be at peace with that. But even though I understand I could never truly be a part of a friend group, or God forbid a relationship, I can still daydream. Even someone as unpleasant as me, don't I deserve to have the emotion of wanting? I'm not going to ever talk to him. No, of course not. I'm not even going to be mad or sad at all when he starts to date someone. I just have a crush on him. Nothing will come out of it. But it just makes me so happy when I see him. When I look at his smiling face, I get reminded of that day. How he unknowingly saved me. It makes me feel like there's still hope for someone like me. It feels refreshing. Exhilarating. It's selfish, I know. But as long as I stay out of sight, no one will get hurt or uncomfortable. I just can't help it. Somehow, this man became a sort of comfort to me. Even though it was a few months ago, I still remember it like it was yesterday. The memory still plays in my mind on repeat. The situation still feels like a storybook to me, almost as if it were fate. Wandering around campus in the cold at 1:23, I searched on my own for months what the exact window was where students wouldn't be walking around campus, and what building had an accessible roof. Am I being freaky? With my bag in my hand, I walked with purpose up those stairs. Many students went up here to study in silence. The door to the roof was usually locked at night. However, this roof's locking system was always broken. My heart pounded in my chest, and my breath was bated. I hated heights. I hated making a scene, but what I was about to do went against all of that. What am I doing? Every day, my head would ache with the pressure and pain of simply being, suffering, rotting, withering away completely and utterly alone. The universe doesn't need me. Whatever greater force out there must have wanted me out of existence with how insistent these thoughts and my actions were. So I decided to put an end to it that day. But then, him, opening the two doors down to the roof, I could feel the cold wind hit my face, brushing my hair back behind my ears. Shivering as I looked up at the night sky, the few faded stars did little to comfort me as my eyes settled back to the edge of the roof. My hands shook, and my teeth chattered. The anxiety was almost too much to bear as I took my first step out of the door. Pathetic, shaking like a freaking dog. Before I could even get close to the edge of the roof, something tripped me, making me crash down on my face. I could feel warm blood drain out of my nose as I quickly sat up. What the hell? A guitar case? Oh, crap. Are you okay? Oh, he's so pretty. I love how Bingzi draws like her blonde love interest. They're always very appealing to me. Me when I saw Camden from the first time in Sunlit Grove, and he just kind of gave me that vibe. Before I could even pick myself off the ground, the man lifted me by the arms quickly and took a look at my face. Shit, your nose, it's bleeding. I remember how his soft hands held my face so tenderly. It was my first time feeling that sort of physical contact in maybe over a year. I didn't even care about the blooming pain in my nose. His eyes were so kind. And he looked at me like I was something fragile. Ian, hold this up to it. He handed me some wadded up napkins that were stuffed down in his pockets, and I pressed them against my nose. I'm so sorry, I just kind of left my shit all over the place here. I didn't expect someone else to show up. I snapped back out of my trance as the words left his lips. Embarrassment heated up on my face as I ducked my head down to the floor. I didn't expect someone else to be up here. He's looking at me. I have to say something. Don't apologize. I should have seen your case. I hope I didn't damage it. Dude, don't even worry about it. I damaged your face. That's way worse than if you just scuffed up my guitar case. He's so tall. I stood there with the napkins in my hand awkwardly. Do I wait for him to leave? Or do I just leave and come back in a bit? I could hear my heartbeat pump loudly in my chest as I tried to contain my rapidly quickening breaths. What are you doing up here anyway? I thought I was the only one who knew about the broken lock. I refused to look at him. I tried to focus on the flowing blood seeping into the napkin to calm my nerves. I've been caught. What do I even say? Do I just stay quiet? Maybe I should just leave right now. Just wanted some fresh air. Lame ass lie. I saw his eyes search me up and down. His tone shifted slightly into one of warmth. Yeah, totally get that. I actually come out here for the same reason. I find my best work comes to me in the dead of the night here. Work? Oh, I write songs and shit for my band. We're pretty good. Whenever I'm having like a writer's block, I come out here and the atmosphere really helps. Usually not this late at night though. Today was just an exception. I bit my lip. I just wanted him to leave. My whole world felt like it was crumbling down. The weight of my almost action clawing at me, making me feel a sort of shame I've never felt before. I'll just leave now. His eyes widened at me. I tried to turn around, but he quickly slid in front of me, blocking me from leaving. Hold on, at least let me get you some more napkins. You look like you're about to bleed through all of them. No, I'm okay. The man gave me a pleading look. Come on, please? I'm leaving here anyway, and it will probably give me some peace of mind that I just didn't leave a girl to walk back bleeding. That will probably give me some bad karma or something. Before I could give a firm no, he grabbed his stuff in what seemed to be a hurry, and practically pushed me out the door. We both walked down the steps in silence, my bloody nose still running. Wait here, I'll be back in like 2 seconds. He zipped away, leaving me at the front of the building. I sighed as I looked up to where was once the last place I would stand. When did the situation become such a mess? The napkin I have right now isn't even soaked through yet. Here, the man came back with some napkins but also a coffee cup. I didn't know what to get you, I just kind of assumed everyone likes hot chocolate, so here. He seems so sweet, he's so cute. I was stunned as he handed me the hot chocolate in my free hand. Considerate payment for my recklessness. You didn't have to. I half wondered if this was another dream I was having, but touching the hot paper mug only showed me that it was real. It's 2 AM already. I should probably be heading back. What building are you in? 406. The man's jaw hung open, like what I just said was the most shocking thing in the world. Coincidence. I also live in 406. We haven't seen you around before. Here. He grabbed my book bag from me, lugging it over his shoulder along with his guitar case. You're holding the hot chocolate in your bloody nose, so I'll carry this. I'm not gonna run off with it either if that's what you're thinking. You're walking me back? Yeah. We live in the same building anyway. Besides, not to be that guy, but a girl walking this late at night alone is pretty dangerous. Plus, it would be nice to have the company on the walk back. I remember how my mouth quivered. I wanted to say something to him. Anything. But my nerves wouldn't let me. It was probably for the best though. If I were to get something out of it, I probably would have ruined the mood. I walked back to my apartment. It wasn't tense. We just chatted about random things until we got to my room. The dread I felt when we reached my door was almost like grieving a lost friend. Well, this is my place. Thank you again for the hot chocolate and for, walking me back. Of course. I'll see you around. I gotta go now, but it was nice meeting you. Wait, I didn't catch your name. It's Camilla. Camilla? It's a good name. That's a cool name. Mine's Elias. Oh, before I forget, Elias handed me a crumpled flyer in his bag. It had some writing on it and one of those exit signs on it. That's my band that I write for. If you want to check us out, we play Friday. I hope to see you at one. I nodded, grabbing hold of the flyer tight in my hands. Elias nodded to me, turning his heels and hastily making his exit. I closed my door, finally letting my head up, feeling the smile tug at my cheeks even harder. He was being nice. Just nice, of course. Over-the-top nice people exist, but he wasn't repulsed by me. He even told me his name. It would make sense if it was pity. Deep in my heart, I know it was probably just him pitying me and that's why he was nice to me. But I just can't bring myself to acknowledge it. In that moment when he was speaking to me, it truly felt like my company wasn't a bother. And for the first time in a while, I felt a small glimmer of hope. Aww. Oh, Elias. And this is where I get a bit obsessed, huh? I took a small sip of the hot chocolate. I remembered how my blood mixed a bit into the sweet drink, making it salty and metallic. Yet I still finished it. I couldn't even bring myself to throw the cup away. No. It was a gift. It's normal for people to keep gifts, right? Laying in my bed that night, I hugged the flyer he handed me. I didn't feel empty or ashamed. I just felt so happy. I knew if I came up and talked to him, it would ruin the nice interaction we'd have. I know what happened was a rare occurrence, a once-in-a-lifetime moment. If I were to thank him now, or tell him that he saved me, he might be uncomfortable, or feel obligated to talk to me. And with how nice Elias treated me that time, I could never make him go through that again for my own selfish gain. Which is why I'm now resorting to this. Watching from afar is alright, right? I mean, it's not the most ethical of things, but at least I'm not being detected by him. Girl, what are you doing? Who am I kidding? I'm a freak. Dude, don't you have a concert today? Shouldn't you be, I don't know, actually practicing? All in good time. Part of my process is mental. My genius takes a lot of brain power, you know? Right, so when did the great genius get on his math final? Low blow, man. Low blow. Oh yes, the concert. They happen every week, but it's still so thrilling to see. Elias is truly a fantastic guitar player, plus it's a great way to watch and take photos without being a creep. I wonder what songs I'll play this time. If he plays that one love song again, I'll be able to die happy on the spot. Oh crap, I'm late for my next class. Elias turned around and abruptly, I quickly turned my phone off and stuffed it into my pocket. My heart skipped a beat as I dashed down an alleyway out of sight. That was close. Of course if he saw me, I'm sure he'd think nothing of it. After all, we do go to the same school, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh, I feel bad for her. You do realize I hope she realizes in the end that she can just go talk to him. My eyes quickly scanned the area as I pulled out my phone, opening my photos. Elias's smiling face gleamed back at me on the screen. I could feel myself gain a burst of energy until my eyes looked over at the time. Shit, I'm about to be late for my class. Shoving my phone deep within my bag, I started to run to my lecture hall. There were a few things I considered myself good at, and one of those things was work. I'll be damned if I let that thing just become another one of my failures. Opening the doors to the lecture hall, I panted, taking my seat near the bank, right on time. I opened up my computer and I started to type out my notes, arranging them and coloring and coding them. When the class ended, I marveled at my work. If I don't pass the final from doing all of this, then there's truly no hope for me. I felt a little content with myself as I packed away my things. All that was left to do today was some work that was sent over to me. I recently took up a small paid internship for data analysis. While they didn't pay me too much, the position was almost like it was crafted for me. I didn't even need to show up at the job site. The most social I am at my job is maybe a Zoom call once in a blue moon. Just the thought made my mouth twitch in satisfaction. Data analysis is my thing. Stressful? Sure. At least it gave me a sense of purpose. Data analysis is so much work. I personally don't think I could do data analysis. My boss also likes the work I do. She even mentioned something about a real position for me in the company once I graduate. Walking back up to my apartment door, I breathed in a heavy sigh as I stepped in, closing it behind me with a satisfying click. Is that just a picture of his boobs on the wall? Girl! Oh, also Pretty Boy Panic. Tao has a poster here. I miss him. If you guys haven't seen the Pretty Boy Panic video, I've also linked that below. I stepped in, closing it behind me with a satisfying click. Damn, my place is a wreck. Why the hell am I such a slob? My excitement started to drain out of me. I'll clean it up later. I had to. Shaking some negative thoughts away, I got out my phone. No, today's been a good day, Camilla. And it'll only get better after Elias's performance. I opened up my photos once again to gaze at Elias's face. My mind starting to wonder about what it would feel like for him to smile directly at me like that. It's very different. I'm not used to being like the stalker. I'm usually used to being like the stalky. Is that a word? Part of me wanted to print out this photo now and paste it on my wall. But I decided against it, berating myself on how I promised to not put any more up after my brother almost saw one when we FaceTimed. Come on, Camilla, let's get to work. I felt my eyes lock onto my work as I started to type away. When I'm buried in my work like this, the thoughts in my head go quiet and all I can think about is what's right in front of me. Numbers, stats, predictability. It was also comforting in a way. The hours started to tick away as my workload dwindled down into nothing. Feeling satisfied, I sent it off to my boss, leaning back in my chair with a victorious stretch. I still have a bit of time before I need to leave. Maybe I should reward myself. Smirking, I rooted through my basket where I kept all my instant foods until I found what I was looking for: beef-flavored ramen. Looking down at the little instant container in my hand, my thoughts started to wander. I mean, it's been a while since I ate something. Should I truly reward myself for just doing the bare minimum? Eat the damn instant noodles. Yeah, eat them. Well, I haven't eaten in a while, so it couldn't hurt to spoil myself just a little. After all, I need my energy to watch Elias' show tonight. I'm turning the electric kettle on. My stomach started to grumble. I guess I was hungrier than I thought. I honestly feel pretty bad for her. Pouring the bubbling water into the cup, I grabbed the cleanest pair of chopsticks I had on hand. As soon as the noodles hit my tongue, I felt a sense of calm and tranquility. Delicious. It was almost as good as eating real meat. I'm sure I'll eat real meat later when Elias bends over. Ahem. The sound of my phone ringtone interrupted the feast I was having. I pulled out my phone only to be greeted with a call ID that I dreaded. The Paul? Wait, who's that? Mentally preparing for what was to come, I clicked the accept button. Hello? Hey! What do you want? Damn, so cold to me, Cam. What if I just wanted to call you? Really? So what do you want to talk about then? I slapped up some noodles waiting for my brother's reply. You know I can hear you through the phone. God, you're seriously eating noodles again? Didn't you tell Mom you were going on a diet? Hey, I still have to eat for sustenance. I can eat whenever I want, thank you very much. I could hear Andre scoff in disgust on the other end. Even though I try not to care, his words still stung. I did tell my mom I was going on a diet, and now I'm eating this. Whatever, I'm not gonna snitch or anything. No, you're right, I did say I was going to die. Is that die or diet? I hesitantly threw away my cup of noodles, watching as the soup and veggies spilled into the trash can. Aww. But You should still eat. I could hear Andre scratch his head on the other line. A habit that we always did when he was nervous. Kinda need help this month. I was wondering if you had any extra for rent. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but you have a job and everything. It's not like it would be too much to help out. Do? It depends how much you need. 2,000? Oh, God. If I give him that much, I'm not sure I'll be able to afford rent this month. I'm sorry. You know I hate asking this of you, but I'm really in a bind here and Mum can't help out. What happened to getting a job or going back to community college? It's hard for me right now. I'm kinda going through a mental crisis thingy. I promise I'll try getting a job this month. Please, sis, I'm sorry I always ask. Sorry, I don't have enough. Andre, I'm sorry, I just don't have enough. If I give you 2,000, I barely have enough for my rent. I could hear Andre curse under his breath, his head scratching, getting more sporadic and angry. Whatever, if you don't want to help out, that's on you. Some freaking older sister you are. Hey! Don't make me drag you out into the hallway and hit you with the thong. Some more curses and Andre hung up the phone. Sighing, I leaned down into my chair. Andre has to get a job, or at least go back home to Mum. I don't know how much more I can take with his demands. My stomach crumbled as I kneeled over in pain. I'll get something healthy later when I have the time. Speaking of time, checking my tiny clock on my desk, I set out a small chirp of happiness. The concert is soon. I should get ready. Opening my closet up, a pile of clothes fell on top of me. God, I really need to start organizing more. I grabbed one of my darker hoodies so I wouldn't stand out too much from everyone. Even though I can go without worrying about looking like a creep, it's still better to be unseen. Elias also points and looks at the crowd a lot. I wouldn't like it if he caught a glimpse of my weird expression. I still try to make myself a little presentable though. It's fun to wear makeup and dress in stuff other than the one outfit that I wear. I looked in the mirror as I started to meticulously apply mascara and lip gloss. Damn, I really am an eyesore. You are not. Oh, this poor girl. I closed the tube of lip gloss with a sigh. It was too late to wipe it off. At least it wasn't too noticeable. And people littered the area. I could see boatloads of girls all sitting up close to the stage as possible. I yearned to be that close up, but I played it safe and chose my usual spot all the way in the back near the bar. The bartender came up to me. His usual stoic expression plagued his face. I ordered my favorite drink, Coke and rum. The drink went down my throat like sweet fire, calming my stomach a little from the hunger. I cannot drink Coke and rum. I drank it once. It was, honestly, Coke and rum is probably one of the more tolerable ones, but I haven't drank in years though. I could hear voices start to settle down. My ears perked up as I looked up on stage. Elias struts on with his band, his green and yellow guitar slung around him. He makes his way over to the mic, grabbing it hard enough just for you to hear a sharp noise of feedback. He should grab me hard enough and I'll give him some feedback. Sometimes I want to high-five myself. Whoops. Well, in a large crowd. Thanks for supporting us. We're no exit, and I hope we can put on a good show for all of you. Cheers erupted in the area. I could hear people start to call out the names of the people in the band, Elias being the most shouted. Well, we probably should start, right guys? The band members nodded at each other, and the first song started up. I pulled out my phone and started recording. As soon as the first note was playing, sitting there in awe, I stared straight at Elias, watching how his fingers move from string to string. He can move his fingers near me as well, if you know what I mean. Sometimes this is too easy. A shiver ran through me. I bet he's really good with his hands. Oh yeah, I bet. I shook my head violently, trying to disband the perverted thoughts from my head. I shouldn't be thinking that right now. I should be paying attention to the music. Rock was never really my favorite, but after listening to this for almost 2 months, it's hard to not get addicted to the adrenaline rush that this music provides. I watch as Elias's head bobs to the music, picking up the strings with perfect precision. My breath grew heavier and heavier as I zoomed straight into Elias, making sure to keep my hands as still as possible to get the best footage. The performance went as usual. Some new songs were thrown into the mix that I diligently captured, and soon the stage lights dimmed and the band walked off. Looking down at my second drink of the night, I smiled. I got some really good footage today. Looking to my side, I tried to spot Elias. Sometimes he'd go into the crowd with his band members and talk with people. Lo and behold, his dyed blonde hair caught my eye as his voice boomed through the bar. Raising the glass to my face, I peeked through my drink to get a better look at him. Oh, he's with her again. Elias usually takes someone from the crowd back to his apartment. It's never usually the same person. However, this woman Bianca has gone back with him 3 times. I'm not an idiot. I know that she's gonna become more than just a one-night stand. She's pretty, she likes the same music as him, and has a style that he likes. I grip my drink in my hands, turning my body to get a closer look. Focusing on their lips, I try to decipher what they're saying. Let's talk outside, okay? Okay, I don't know why, it's not that serious. He's leaving now? Grabbing my things and putting some money on the counter, I walked outside, following them far behind. I hid behind one of the trees, ducking down into the darkness of the night, steering clear of any sort of brightness from the lamppost. It's a little sus. I half wondered if I was about to witness the first confessions of a new relationship. If Elias did get with her, that would be fine. I could manage. I'd probably have to give up on doing this though. I looked down at the small dirt square I was crouched on. I knew I had to stop eventually, but it still hurt to think about. Never seeing his face again. Never hearing his voice. Peering out of the tree, my eyes widened. Elias had an expression that I'd never seen before. Look, I'm not sure why you keep trying to push me into this. I'm more than happy to be a line you hit up occasionally, but you going around telling people with something more is where I draw the line. Why not? We're so compatible. You told me I was your type. Did you just use me for sex? I could see Elias roll his eyes, stepping back from Bianca before he spoke up again. Using you? I told you I didn't want a relationship when we started. I don't remember you ever having a conversation with me outside of the sex we have, which is fine, because that's all we did. And that's all our relationship was and would ever be. You didn't see me begging for more when it was clear there was nothing to give you to begin with. I gripped my chest, as Elias spoke with such annoyance, a rare face from him. Do I snap a photo or stay watching? Snap a photo? Stay watching? Stay watching. I don't want to take a photo just yet. No, I shouldn't take a photo of him like this, when he's this vulnerable. Bianca sputtered, her face contorting into anger. She pushed Elias further back hard. I almost jumped from the shock. Oh God, is he okay? What's wrong with her? Why would she suddenly do that? I pity all the people who think you're some nice guy. You're just a jerk who uses people, makes them feel things, and just... Bianca's eyes started to water. As I watched her cut herself off, I couldn't truly blame her. I know I wouldn't like it if I was just thrown away after spending the night with him, but that doesn't make Elias bad. I've seen enough of him to know he truly is a kind-hearted person. I even remember the first time they met. He did say he wasn't interested in a relationship. Elias let out a cold sigh as he gently took Bianca's hand off him. Well, I'm not the one getting physical. What in hell, you fanboy bastard? Bianca stormed off. You too, drama queen. Elias yelled back at her. When she was out of view, he sighed, looking back over to where the bar is. For a split second, I thought I saw his eyes jet to where I was hiding, making me cower and shift more into the shadow of the tree. A small smile grazed his lips as he took out his phone, walking away as he started to call what I assumed was one of his bandmates. Waiting a few more minutes, I got up, finally freeing myself from my hiding place, wiping off some of the dirt from my pants, and I walked back. The air was only slightly cold, chilling my nose, practically the only part of my face not covered with my bangs. I need a haircut. If only they weren't so expensive. Before walking any further to my place, a body smacked into me, causing me to jolt back. Seeing the person who bumped into me made me freeze. God, which way are you going? She sneered at me. I couldn't move one bit, my body was so tense in fear. Her eyes narrowed, looking at me with what I could only assume was disgust. I dipped my head down, refusing to look her in the eye. Sorry. Wait, I know you. I've seen you before. From this close, I could smell a bit of booze on her. But her state didn't matter to me right now, as her words made my whole world crash down. You think you're slick, huh? I've seen you crawling around like a little rat. You're the one who is way far back from where Elias plays, right? My eyes widen as I finally look up at her, shaking from fear. No, I haven't. God, are you serious? I have eyes. Even though Elias might have tunnel vision, I can tell when someone's lurking around. You're a real sick freak, you know that? Going to all these performances, stalking Elias when he's with me? She grabbed me by the shirt, pulling me to her level. I couldn't look away as our green eyes locked onto one another. Have some advice. Elias hates bitches like you who crawl around him. You think you got a chance with him? Snuff that shit out now. You're just some slimy little freak, aren't you? Wow, there's no need to be so rude to me. What the hell? Listen here, asshole. She let me down, making me fall to my knees, bruising them. At least I could finally feel my breath return to me. Scoffing, she walked away, and I stayed on the ground for a while. I was caught. She knew. She knew the whole time. I thought I was careful. My breath picked up, shoving my hands to my mouth and nose. I tried to stop the feeling of hyperventilation from picking up within me. Getting to my feet, I started to run back to my apartment. Slamming the door behind me, I practically threw my bag on the ground as I felt my whole body convulse and shake. My thoughts started to race. I'm disgusting. This thing I'm doing, how could I? I'm no better than some bug or maggot crawling around investing whenever I see fit. What if she tells Elias? What if he already knows? Before I could even think, I felt my fist ram into my head as I stepped back from the sheer force of it. Going to see his performance, his music, something that he holds dear, and turning it into some sick perverted watch party. Do I have no shame left within me? I feel so bad for her. She's allowed to go to these performances. Maybe if she didn't do the whole taking photo thing and following him around, that'd be fine. My breath only quickened, and I could feel control of my emotions slip. It felt like I was dying, suffocating off of my own pathetic emotions. I reached for my box cutter. Before I could go further into the madness, 3 clicks and the blade was drawn. Oh no! Oh boy. Well, definitely trigger warning. Pathetic girl. My hands shook as I saw the blood slowly drip from the tip of the cutter. Looking at my inner thigh was covered in deeper than normal cuts. Oh no, I want to give her a hug so bad. My jaw shook with anger at myself. My hand brought the box cutter to my throat, shaking violently. I can do it whenever the hell I want. I'm in control. My breath, once so fast, turned smooth once again as I could feel the blood drip down. Oh, I feel so bad for her. Oh god. I slumped down in my bed, dropping my box cutter. Looking up at the ceiling, all I could feel was fuzz. My head completely emptied. Calm. Everything was once wrong, got lost in my haze. I didn't know how long I laid there. My sheets probably stained with small thin lines of blood. As the last of my haze dissolved, I breathed in a sigh. I should clean up. It was like my body was almost on autopilot as I got out my big bandages. Taking a small napkin and dampening it, I carefully dabbed the area, wincing as it stung me each time. My mind drifted to haze again, and my imagination wandered. A more gentle hand soothing me, caring for me, cleaning up and comforting me while I still bleed. This poor girl. Elias is such a kind guy. I bet he'd be gentle. I felt my heart flutter a bit as I looked down at the bandages, tracing my fingertips over them lightly, his soft lips kissing it. I pressed down hard into the bandage as I let out a little more noise at the pain. Such a sick freak. How cringy can you get? Are you that much of an attention whore that you have to imagine someone giving a shit? Even someone as nice as Elias would think the same thing. Disgusting, ugly slices. You look like a deli pig. Who would even want to touch that, let alone you in general? Oh, she's so mean to herself. I gritted my teeth, shaking away the imagined scenario, still holding the pressure on my bandages so I wouldn't think of something so deplorable again. Breathing out a sigh once more, I looked at my clock. I should probably get some rest now, it's almost 1 a.m. And slowly peeling myself away from the bed, I picked up my box cutter lying on the floor. Sorry. Wiping off the blood carefully, making it shine again. I placed it back in its rightful place on my desk. It stared back at me, the shine of the blade reminding me of the haze I felt before. I can't see him anymore. It's too risky. I crouched down, hugging my knees to my chest in comfort as tears threatened to stream down my face. I can't risk him seeing me or knowing about me, and since she knew from just seeing my face, Elias is bound to be told. The week went by slowly, without the daily activity of keeping up with Elias. My thoughts all darkened and I lost most of the hope I once so cherished from seeing him. I wish there was a way I could say goodbye, or to at least say thank you for helping me, but Elias doesn't know me. He never knew me. I tucked myself away in the corner wearing a bigger hoodie than normal to cover all my features. I didn't even order a drink. I won't be staying here long enough to enjoy it anyways. I just want to hear him play one last time, that's all. Then I'll never show my face around him again. My heart ached as Elias and his band went up to the mic to perform their last song, the last one I'll ever hear. I watched with a heavy heart as he started to play the first note. I was glad the last song I listened to from him had him singing backup vocals with the main singer. My mind got lost in the melody, and Elias's movements as I so often do. However, this time I didn't take any photos. Studying each of his movements, I thought about his actions. The way his hands and mouth moved, how his voice sounded. I replayed each action over and over again, trying to ingrain it into my mind. It felt like I was in my own little world, with just Elias. Like he was putting on a performance specifically for me. Just as it started, the song stopped. I saw the band wave to the crowd as they walked off the stage. A lump in my throat formed. Why do I want to break down so badly right now? Putting my head down once again, I silently waited in my spot. It wasn't just the music and Elias I'd miss. I actually came to like the bar a bit. Maybe it was because it equated it with Elias. But it almost brought me a sort of comfort whenever I came here. Breathing in, I prepared myself to leave for the last time. It'll be okay. Yeah, that's a spirit. Oh no! My whole body tensed. The voice. I slowly looked up. Standing right in front of me in all his glory was Elias. In front of me. Fear shot through me as nausea overtook my senses. His bright, charismatic smile, the one that was always plastered on his face, just stared back at me. He was staring back at me. Say something. Idiot. Sorry for walking up to you so suddenly. You come to every single one of our performances and your face looks so familiar. Thought I'd end the mystery today. He noticed me back here, this whole time. Sorry, I don't think we've met. I just like rock, that's why I come here so often. Really? Could have sworn I met you somewhere before. Elias bent down a little, peering at my face. My breath hitched. I didn't dare move a muscle. Could he tell? Does he know? Does he even remember me? Oh, I remember you. There was a pause. I could feel my stomach turn ice cold. Nosebleed. That's why you look so damn familiar. Elias put his hands on his head like it was the most shocking thing in the world to him. My hand balled into a fist. He remembered. I felt choked up a bit as he continued to ramble on. I don't know if you remember, but I was a jackass who accidentally tripped you by leaning my case near the door. You know, Elias? Elias pointed to himself rapidly, still trying to get eye contact from me. I nodded, my palms starting to turn unusually sweaty with each passing second. So how you been? Camilla, right? Yep, that's me. Elias clearly didn't feel my awkwardness as he continued to talk up a storm. Dude, that's crazy. I gave you a nosebleed, and you're watching me perform in the nosebleeds? It's gonna be some type of fate thing. My heartbeat was so fast, I felt like I just ran a marathon. Say something, idiot. Say something. Elias is right there in front of you. Yep, must have been fate. That was terrible. Dude, how you been? I gave you that poster for my band like 2-3 months ago. I was worried I scared you off since I never saw you here. Now that I know you were the one back here all the time, I'm like, damn, I'm touched. I tried to stop my body from shaking. I've had so many fantasies of him coming up and talking to me. Why the hell did it have to be right when I'm trying to get over him? Well, what can I say? Your music really spoke to me. Really? Elias touched his heart in one dramatic motion. Ah, Camilla, you flatter me so. You know what I'm thinking? How could I possibly? What? We should catch up, get to know each other better. I mean, the stars aligned here. What are the odds he came to every single one of my performances after we met that one time? I felt as if I was gonna die here right then and there. Did he know about me following him? Is he luring me away so he can beat me up or call the police? Is he gonna yell at me and tell me off? I'd rather him call the police if that's the case. Elias's eyes looked at me expectantly. He seemed to be brimming with excitement. Okay. Alright, let's go. He's so cute. Guys, I flinched as Elias yelled over to his bandmates. He pointed at me with his thumb. I could feel eyes start to fall on me, and humiliation and anxiety started to build quickly. I'm leaving early with her, so I won't be hanging out later tonight. I can hear some booze and playful mock offense sounds. You're cool with being at my place, right? I remember us living in the same building. Or you could go to your place if it makes you more comfortable. No, my place is really messy right now. I'm cool with just your place. Is that so? The photos. If he goes to my place, he'll see all of them. My heart stopped. In my panic, I agreed to go back to his house. I couldn't even hear what Elias was saying as he guided me out of the bar. Everything felt far away. My chest was tight, like I was drowning. This has to be a confrontation, right? There's no way this is all just a coincidence. Hey, Elias tapped my shoulder, stamping me out of my thoughts. Yes? You alright? You've been kind of quiet. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, did I jump the gun a little by wanting to catch up? I've been told I'm pretty forward when it comes to this stuff, so it can be kind of jarring. Honestly, I just want to get to know you better because I just think you're pretty cute. What? Squawks? I think you're pretty cute too. He smirked at me, moving a little closer. The tension I felt turned to confusion. I'd seen Elias use that line before. You do? I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. Does he want to sleep with me? My face is heated. Was he joking? Was this some cruel prank? He brushed the loose hair from my face, tucking it behind my ear. The touch felt like electricity. Elias? You better not try anything. I'm warning you. He doesn't seem like he's joking. I half wondered what I did to deserve such good karma. Elias was looking at me with such desire. Something I only thought I'd ever be on the giving end of. I make a killer chai, by the way. Might help you calm down a bit. That sounds amazing. Am I dreaming? Everything was just so awful a minute ago, and now my situation feels like a blessing. The walk to his apartment building felt like the longest of my life, endless thoughts circling in my mind. What if he takes off my clothes and gets disgusted by the sight of me? That might even happen just from him touching me. I should have taken my dieting seriously like my mom said. Oh, but your self-worth isn't determined by but by your body shape. Standing in front of the door, I stood countless times in secret. My excitement grew once more. Elias's room was practically foreign to me. His place was directly in the corner, leaving only one window to peer through into his living room. After you. Stepping into the room, the scent of lavender hit my nose and a warm breeze. His place felt so cozy, fully decorated in things that he loved. Oh, the cat! There's a cat Polaroid. Make yourself comfortable. I'll go make us chai. Elias brought me over to his bed, motioning for— Hang on. Elias? What are these on your bed? Excuse me? Are you as much of a freak as I am? Hello? Wow. Elias brought me over to his bed, motioning me to sit before he walked to the kitchen. Being inside his room was so surreal. I've never been able to catch a glimpse of it due to the lack of windows. It was cleaner than I expected here. There wasn't anything out of place, almost as if he was expecting company. I felt the sheets under my fingers, making a mental note on what type of fabrics he finds comfortable. The posters peered down at me on his wall. Many were of rock bands I wasn't aware of. Making sure Elias wasn't around, I snapped a few photos of his room. If he likes those bands, that means their music must be good. I should check it out. Tapping my fingers on his squishy mattress, I wonder how long he would take. The window in the kitchen let me see him cook a few times. I could never tell if what he made looked good. Oh girl. If he's gonna take a while, maybe I should just look around. It's not like I'd be able to get a chance like this again unless I break in, which I would never do. Snoop. Screw it. I can't control myself when I'm literally in Elias's room. Look on the bedside table. I guess the bedside table is the least invasive. I scoot over to my right as I started to peer over the bedside table. There wasn't much on it except for a lamp, tissue box, and a journal. Elias' journal. I wonder what's in the journal. I doubt I would have enough time to read it before he got back with the drinks. Stuff it in your purse or leave it. No, I don't want to steal from him. Sighing, I moved back to my original spot on his bed. I could hear Elias walk back from the kitchen. I took some deep breaths, trying to calm myself before he could see me. Chai's done. It's hot, so be careful. I took the mug he graciously offered, steadying myself with a deep breath. Elias sat on the floor, leaning against the bed. The action of him not being too close made me feel a little less anxious. I took a sip of the chai. The warmth spread through me. The aroma of spices whirled in me. It calmed me, almost too much. Like a peace I wasn't used to. So, how is it? It's really good. Where'd you learn how to make it? One of my foster parents taught me when I was little. The recipe just stuck in my brain. Foster parents. A rush of curiosity hit me. I had no idea Elias had been in foster care. The thought was tantalizing. I wanted to know more. Much more. But of course, asking outright would be way too awkward. This was our first real conversation after all. You still there, Camilla? Elias tapped my cough. I turned, snapping back to reality and looking down at him. Oh, yeah, just enjoying the drink. He kept his gaze on me, his light brown eyes locked onto mine. They were mesmerizing. God, I wish I could take a picture of them. Is my drink warming you up? Yeah, so are you, apparently. Yeah. Elias suddenly gripped the bridge of his nose in pain. I set down my mug immediately, going down to his level to see what was wrong. Oh, God, was it something I said? Something I did? Did I accidentally kick him? Are you alright? Yeah, I'm fine, just my contacts are kind of making my head hurt. Do you mind if I get a bit more comfortable? I nodded, my head anxiously as I awkwardly sat back in my place. He left his cup on the table as he walked to the bathroom. I went over our conversation again and again in my head. I can't believe this is truly happening. Even though I felt overpowering joy, there was still a lingering pain. I'm not sure how I'll react after being thrown out by him after one night. I've never had a one-night stand before. Do I just walk out when we're done? The thought made my heart ache. As I sipped on the last of my chai, I could hear a small click of the bathroom door, my eyes widening as he stepped out. Sir? 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 You're very obvious. You are very obvious right now. Do you mind? It's getting kind of hot in here. I don't really have any nightshirts on hand right now. Not at all. I wanted to look away, but my body refused to listen. My gaze lingering on him longer than I intended, taking in every detail with a hunger I didn't even know I had. Is something wrong? You see something you like, Cammy? Shut up, man! But the glasses look really cute on you. You should wear them more often. I'm not sure. I stammered over my words, unable to tear my eyes away from his naked top half. Oh my god, you're kind of adorable, aren't you? Elias smirked at me, staring right back. Careful, sweetheart. You keep staring at me with those pretty eyes. I might get the wrong idea. My face was hot. I could feel the warmth spread into the air, his voice so smooth, almost like velvet. Everything that was usually shameful inside my phone was right in front of me physically. Am I getting the wrong idea from you? Or are you just playing with me? Elias walked closer to me until he was fully in front. He towered over me, eyes leering down with a look of warmth. My hands shook, my mouth quivered. What sort of thing did I do to deserve this sort of karma? Camilla. Elias kneeled down to my level as he grabbed my mug, sitting it next to him. His hand grabbed one of mine as he brought it up to touch his warm face. Answer me. Now. Forceful? You look nice. What size bra do you wear? My chest heaved. His grip became firmer. I didn't mean to... My voice falters. I can't see his eyes. My hand started to shake. Is this okay? Will this be okay? Elias rubbed my hand softly. Hey, pay attention to me. My breath stopped as I looked straight into his covered eyes. You don't have to be nervous. Am I making you uncomfortable? I have a sick feeling. Cause what if Elias is someone who likes taking advantage of people with low self-esteem to satisfy himself? And I'm pretty messed up in the head, so this is like a horrible combination if it turns out to be true. Yes and no. Should I step away from you, sweetheart? Wow. No. I mean, please, stay. I want you to be here. Elias's gaze softened. His grip loosened as he started to rub my knuckles. Then, should I get closer? I nodded slightly, feeling my body turn warm and tight. Can you tell me with your words? Yes. Elias, please get closer. Wow, he's very romantic and very flirty. I'm kind of getting flustered here. What the hell? I want him to be as close as possible to me. Even if it's just for one night, I want him to be mine. He leaned in slowly, giving me time to pull away, but I came even closer. His lips brushed over mine and I could feel the shape of his smirk. I felt Elias's weight on top of me as he started to kiss me deeply. I could feel his tongue push into mine as I started to relax, pulling him closer. Didn't expect you to be so handsy. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Elias shook his head as he grabbed my hand, placing it on his warm chest. Don't apologize. You can touch me as much as you want. Oh, and I will. Damn it. Yay. I swallowed a lump in my throat as I brought my other hand to his chest, slowly moving them down, tracing the shape of his body. It was almost too much, having this much of him all at once. Crap. You're gonna get me even more riled up if you keep looking at me like that. Before I could apologize, Elias brought his head down to my neck, kissing me softly. I didn't have time to feel ashamed or to cover myself. Oh wow, oh my. Wordlessly, he started to kiss downwards. I tried to reciprocate the action, but with how all over me he was, he seemed almost impossible to gain the upper hand. You're so beautiful. His voice sounded so warm it almost made me believe him. His hand suddenly slowed to a halt, his fingertips gently circling my collarbone. Did you fall? That's a pretty bad bruise. I forgot. Yeah, I just fell a bit, that's why I'm bruised up. My mind went back to my bandages on my inner thigh. Would he put two and two together? Or since it's covered, will he not notice? This was a mistake. He's gonna think I'm some sort of freak. I couldn't think anymore as his kissing became more hungry. Wow! Is this alright? Can I keep going? Yes. Elias's hand went under, and I felt his cool touch. Moving his body down, he started to pull the fabric down fully. The bandages must have bled a bit, as the cream-colored overlays had thin red stripes peppering all over. Alright, that was when I fell down, and I guess I didn't bandage it properly. We can stop if it makes you uncomfortable. Oh. Elias brought his hand to my mouth, making me unable to finish my sentence. Unfazed by anything I just said, he continued. Tap on me if you want me to stop. I couldn't speak or groan. His hand caught all of it as I watched him bring his mouth. Oh, wow. Elias, you sly dog. Jeez. My body felt limp as I felt him slowly come up, looking down at me with a smirk. That seemed to quiet you down. You okay? I almost wanted to laugh at his question. Definitely. He has such a beautiful body. I looked at Elias, suddenly noticing the growing... Oh, someone's got his heavenly pillar out. Just lay down for me. You can do that, right? I did what he told me to do. I lay down watching him as he got... Oh, wow. We're totally spelunking the cabin tonight, aren't we? Oh, wow, so we can tell that he's very big. Camilla. He breathed out my name in a hushed voice as he held me to him. The night felt so long, making me forget about any of my worries prior. His touch was not so soothing, it was almost addicting. Our bodies held each other close, sharing in the warmth we created as we eventually fell asleep together. My eyes opened as I saw Elias sleeping next to me, his shirt still off. Getting up, I felt my muscles twitch. God, I'm gonna be so sore later. Looking down at him, I felt my heart ache. I never thought I would get this far. Maybe this would be a good time to close my little chapter of obsession with this man. I smiled slightly, covering my face. It was such a bittersweet feeling, grabbing my stuff carefully so I wouldn't wake him. I started to dress again. Never thought I'd have to do a walk of shame either. Oh well, at least it was because of Elias. Swinging my purse over my shoulder, I started to walk away from the bed. Where do you think you're going? Elias pulled me back to the bed roughly. Wow. Oh, he's so pretty. I was just trying to leave. Didn't think you were the player type, Cammy. No, of course not. I just thought you'd want to be alone after that. Elias let out a breathy laugh as he pulled me back into his embrace. If you really have to leave, I won't stop you. Just wait here a bit while I grab something. Okay. Elias slowly got up and stretched his back as he walked into the bathroom. It was only a few minutes before he came back with a small med kit. Okay, take your pants off. My eyes widened and my face heated up again. Calm down, I'm not gonna screw you again if that's what you're thinking. But what if I like that again? I gave him a confused look as I slowly took off my pants. When I tried to sit up and ask what he was gonna do, he immediately pushed me back down, softly but firm, into the pillow. Let me know if this hurts at all. My heart dropped as I felt him take off my bandages. I shot my body up, grabbing his hands roughly. Let go, and lay back down. But he gave me a look, almost pissed off. My whole body shook, my cuts were out in the open he'd just seen. I looked at the ceiling, frozen, trying to dissociate from what was going on below me. I had this awful suspicion that something is wrong with Elias. I don't know why, but I have like the suspicion that he's not very nice or altruistic. I heard Elias sigh as I felt something cold and stingy on my cuts. Ow! Sorry, disinfecting. After a while, the stinging went away. I took a hesitant look below to see some cotton swabs speckled with blood. How long ago did this happen? My mind flashed back to the week and how hard everything was. I couldn't tell him even if I wanted to. I just laid back my emotionless expression. You don't have to tell me. It's fine. I finished. You can put your pants on back now. I shivered. I felt disgusting. What does Elias even think of me now? He's a psych major. He must think I'm a nutcase. A dangerous thought crossed my mind. Hey. Elias's hand grabbed my shoulder and I froze. Look, I get it. I know it can feel jarring, having someone see that. Especially someone you don't know well, but it doesn't bother me, alright? Doesn't change the fact that we had a good time together. Elias handed me the small tube of disinfectant with a small sticky note on it. Hold on, his number is on here. Use that tomorrow. They look a bit irritated. Thank you. He smirked as he stepped closer, his hand resting on my waist. My number's also on that sticky note. I'll be expecting a call or text from you. His eyes roamed me up and down. Also, I'm not some quick lay, you know? So just run away without a word next time. Damn it! I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I'm sus. He leaned down to my ear, making me shiver. Maybe next time. I should just tie you down to make sure you stay. I flinched at his words, feeling heat rise in my cheeks. Kidding. Kinda. Be safe going back to your place. Okay, I'll text you too. I promise. I walked back, looking over my shoulder to see Elias getting into bed again. I really didn't want to leave now. It's bright out right now. What time is it? Pulling out my phone, I felt a sense of dread. It's 10 o'clock? What the hell? He was acting like I was leaving in the middle of the night. I had some work I wanted to do. Closing my door behind me, I opened my computer, checking my emails. Good. No one contacted me. I thought I was screwed for sure. I can't remember the last time I slept that well. Then again, I can't remember the last time I got laid. Maybe once in my second year. My mind drifted back to last night. The giddy feeling I was getting was almost too much. He gave me his cell number. I thought back to the day I found him with Bianca. I'm sure he doesn't want a real relationship with me, but being that physically close to him is more than enough. Beggars can't be choosers after all. The way he paid attention to me, I looked at my reflection on my computer screen as I pulled up one of my documents. I guess I'm not Too bad. I half expected an intrusive thought to creep in, but my mind remained blank. Yeah, I'm not the worst looking person in the world. Elias is way out of my league. But that doesn't mean I'm hideous. Maybe a tiny bit hideous. No, can't give myself too much credit. My hands typed up my document almost on autopilot, but my mind was elsewhere. That was the first time someone saw that and didn't recoil. Actually, the first time someone saw it at all. When I was younger, I used to wear such long sleeves, even in the summer. I switched to my thighs because I thought it'd be less likely for someone to notice. Out of all the reactions I expected, this was definitely not one of them. It was nice how he cleaned them up. I bit my lip. It was nice of him, but why did it feel so horrifying at the same time? Because you're not used to people looking after you, you poor girl? I shook the thoughts in my head. I should just let a good thing be a good thing. It was Elias who cared for me. The man I always dream and fantasize about. Why the hell am I complaining about him being a caring person? It was almost romantic in a way. Even though I'm sure he only helped out of obligation. He is a psych major after all. That thought scared me a little. I wonder if he'd already figured out what kind of person I am. But psychology isn't my reading. Besides, if he knew about my watching, I'm sure he would have done something last night. I mean, who sleeps with their stalker? I looked down to my side, eyes landing on the small bottle of disinfectant and the sticky note stuck to it. I wonder when's the appropriate time to text him. If I do it right now, I'll sound way too desperate. I hovered over the new contact screen, fingers frozen above the keyboard. I was being ridiculous. Normal people just text, no big deal. But this was Elias. I added his number anyway. No name, just the digits. I felt safer that way. Like I could pretend it was just some random number if I ever regretted it. Typing out messages to him, then deleting them a second later felt so humiliating. Turning off my phone, I tossed it aside. I'll text him another day. The weekend came and went. It was hard to focus on anything else but the night I spent with him. It never seemed like the right time to text. I feel like the stars need to align or something. Oh, I get it though. If I were just a normal hookup, I feel like I could have texted him sooner, but I'm not just a normal hookup to him. I might be. But to me, that night was everything. I feel like all my dreams and fantasies are manifested. And now I just keep wondering if I'll screw it up like I always do. I clenched my fist again, staring at the phone. It's been a few days. Maybe I should text him. I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? He did tell me. My computer screen glowed with the unfinished work I had for class. I should be focusing on that or my internship, but all I could think about was Elias. Maybe I should check in on him to see if he's still interested. No, I can't keep watching him like this. That's not right. I told myself I'd stop. He's not a drug, so why do I feel like I'm going through withdrawals? Maybe I should just leave it alone. What if it's just not meant to be? I'll just go check up on him. But if I check in on him, I can see if he's waiting for me to text or if he's uninterested. I swallowed the lump growing in my throat and checked the time. Elias should be out of class by now. He usually walks to the nearby coffee shop to study. It wouldn't be that creepy if I just happened to be near a coffee shop. He knows my face now though. I had to be sneakier. I got up, grabbed my bag and stuffed in some books on my computer to look like I was going there to study. I need to hurry or he'd pass by the walkway too fast. Speed walking out of my room, I reached the walkway and tried to spot him. I slowed my pace, trying to pick Elias out from the sea of students pouring out of the lecture hall. I kept my head down, avoiding eye contact. Finally, I spotted with him, walking side by side with a face all too familiar. Jessie. My teeth clenched. I never really gathered too much info on her, but I know she's the lead singer of Elias's band. She plays bass, and she's one of his closest friends. Really close. Well, she seems really cool though. I'm gonna move myself so we can see her. I also used to play bass, so I always have like a soft spot for bassists. I wonder if she's secretly in love with him. With how friendly they are, I wouldn't put it past her. She seems nice. Bro, imagine throwing a whole party just to get Lars laid. There's no hope for that guy, I swear. I think it's nice what James is doing. I guess, I don't think it's gonna work, but if I have to hear Lars get drunk and sob about getting no girls again, I'm gonna murder him. Lars is the drummer of their band. I don't really know much about him either, other than the fact that Elias forces him to go to most events. Also, heard about what happened with you and Bianca. You gotta stop being such a slut, dude. It's giving us bad look. She was spreading around that I was dating her, which wasn't true. I'm not just gonna sit there and let her lie like that, so I cleared up the misunderstanding. Besides, I have someone else in mind I'm actually interested in. Oh god, who is this poor soul? It's been a hot minute since you actually dated someone. You'll see her at the party tonight, when she agrees to go with me, and text me. Okay, Mr. Eager, so sure of yourself about a girl who hasn't even texted you back. Why don't you date someone all of a sudden? She just interests me, like in a freaky kind of way. Wait, what? Gross, stop talking. My heart stopped. Could he have meant me? Was he waiting for me to text him back, or was that wishful thinking? Elias does talk to a lot of people. God, if only I could get more info. Well, I need to get to my next class. Also, get that freaking song to me. We still need to practice for band bash. Actually, luckily for you, I have it here. Elias handed Jessie a notebook from his bag. She flipped through the pages before snapping a photo of one. Sweet. Practice tomorrow night, right? Yeah, I'm not the one who's late all the time, so don't say it like that. I'm not late, I'm casually on time. That makes no sense. Don't tell me you're high this early, dude. That's offensive. I'm wounded. Find another singer. Okay, well maybe a little bit. Jessie waved by as Elias walked straight ahead. Where's he going? He always goes to the coffee shop during this time. I followed behind just out of sight. After a few minutes of walking, he disappeared from my view. When did he go? He was just in front of me a minute ago. What you doing? That! My whole body shook as Elias's voice rang through my ears. How'd he get behind me without me noticing? I have this awful feeling, and it could just be because I'm distrustful because I play too many Yandere games. But you know those people who kind of like have a thing for broken people because they see them as pet projects? I'm kind of worried this is what this is. Oh, hey Elias. Hello Camilla. Didn't realize you were part of the undead. What? You know, since you ghosted me. It's a joke. You're supposed to laugh. Why didn't you text me? I breathed in and out deeply to calm myself. Making up an excuse would not help me. I should be at least a little honest with him. Sorry, I just didn't know when the right time was to text you. Any time would have been the right time. I was waiting, you know? But I guess meeting me randomly here works too. God, we had so many crazy meetups after we met. How strange is that? Oh, before I forget, my friend's having a party tonight. Wanna come? I'm not sure. Come on. You owe me for ghosting me that entire weekend. Parties are not my thing, but this would be a good chance to get closer to him. Okay, I'll go. Sweet. I'll pick you up around like 8 and walk you to the location. I'll introduce you to my friends there too, so they totally vibe with you. You know where my place is, right? Yes. I nodded. Perfect. Meet me in front of my door. Elias patted me on the head and I felt my heartbeat thump loudly. I'm gonna go now, but I'll see you at 8. And text me, alright? Desperation's not the best feeling in the world to have. I will. Thank you. Elias squeezed my arm then turned away from me, walking to his next class. I squeezed the place he touched. Why is everything working out for me so well recently? I can't help but feel a little wary. Almost like there's some sort of impending doom waiting to happen. Walking back to my place, I kept thinking about the party and Elias. Sitting back down on my chair, I let out a sigh as I started to go through my emails once again, thinking about anything but work. Do I even have anything to wear to this party? I honestly can't remember the last time I even went to one. A mess of what ifs crowded my head, all blending together and making my anxiety spike. The idea of Elias and I becoming something real, it felt dangerously close to hope. I needed to stay focused and calm if I wanted to get even a little closer to him. What do normal people even wear to parties? I pulled a pile of clothes from my laundry basket, rifling through it in search of something that wasn't black or a hoodie. Curse my lack of fashion sense. I laid a V-cut top and a tight skirt on the bed, smoothing them out in front of me. This outfit's a bit bold, but I'll stand out even more if I just show up in a hoodie. Elias has already seen me naked anyway. Maybe he'll even like the way I look in this. Swallowing a lump down in my throat, I slowly put on the outfit, striking a few poses in the mirror. I need to conceal some of these bruises on my chest, but other than that, I look pretty decent in this. A small smile grazed my lips as I turned around. Some earrings and shoes, and this could be an actual party outfit. My little vanity party was interrupted as a loud buzz went through my ears. Mom's trying to FaceTime me. She only usually FaceTimes me when I've done something wrong. Maybe it's because I haven't called her lately. No, if that were the case, she would have called me sooner. I sent everything she asked for. Hello? Mama? The camera shook for a moment before her face came into view, tired, stern, and unreadable. Camilla, you haven't called me in a while. Don't tell me you've forgotten about your mother. No, Mama, of course not. I'm sorry. School's just been really busy. I was gonna call you, I swear. She waved me off sharply, her mouth curling into a disappointed grimace. After everything I've done for you and you can't even pick up the phone? I thought I raised you better than this. Oh no. I'm sorry, I really am. But that's not why I'm calling. Your brother needed your help and you said no. Dude, how am I supposed to pay rent if I give him my rent money? You got a fancy job now, but you won't help your own family? What are you... Andre got kicked out of his place. Now he's back here with me. I can't keep up with it all, Camilla. Rent, groceries, everything's on me again. Why couldn't you help him before it got this bad? If I had, I wouldn't have been able to make rent either or pay for my tuition. Doesn't matter now. I need help this month. All my expenses just doubled again. Of course, Mama. Her glare lingered on the screen. We didn't say anything, just sat in that heavy silence she created. Thick and bitter and impossible to breathe through. Oh, girl, you need to go no contact. Her eyes narrowed. What are you wearing? Point the camera down. I did what she asked, not wanting to start another fight. What the? Are you going out tonight? You have time to party, but not time to help your family. Or call your own mother. I swallowed, biting my tongue. Not flattering anyway. That's just too tight around your stomach. Okay. I'll call you later. Just send me the bill for whatever you need, alright? Don't you dare hang up on me, Camilla. I ended the call before she could finish. You didn't go no contact. Your mum is a horrible human being. A lump formed in my throat. I stood there staring at the blank screen. My chest felt too tight, like I was still trying to breathe through her words. I looked down at my outfit. The tight skirt, the low-cut top I tried so hard to feel confident in. It all felt wrong now. I feel so bad for her. Stupid. I ripped the shirt off and tossed it on my bed and grabbed a hoodie instead. Why did I even think this outfit would look good on me? I haven't even been dieting like I said I would. I grabbed a fistful in my stomach, watching the skin contort and mold under my hands. So gross. I almost gagged at the sight. You get laid once and suddenly have the audacity to wear shit like this. I quickly put the hoodie on, feeling my chest heave as I looked close into the mirror. I grab my makeup next to me, holding each thing tight in my hands and feeling my nails dip inside my skin, leaving small dents. It'll be okay. I applied some mascara, trying to find whatever features I could possibly enhance something unfixable. I had to meet Elias soon. I sniffled, stepping back from the mirror. I couldn't even look at myself for long. I grabbed my phone, rushing out the door, trying to escape all the thoughts that plagued me. It's like I'm not even walking right now. My throat dried up as I pulled my skirt down a little more. Calm down, Camilla. I don't want to look like a freak in front of Elias again. My mind once again went back to the fact that he saw my cuts. He saw them fresh too. I shouldn't see him. This is a trick. What does he even think about me? I should have watched him during those days. Then I could get an actual reading on what he feels about me. Maybe I should... Boo. That will never not be funny to do. How do you always... I'm a quiet walker. What could I say? Plus, you're easy to sneak up on. You're always staring off into space. So, you ready to go? I gave him a closed-lip smile, feeling my face tighten under it as I tried to mask the shame I was feeling. Yeah, I'm ready. What's wrong? You seem a little down. Yeah, I'm okay. Just a little cold is all. Elias let out a soft hum, his eyes searching mine like he didn't quite believe me. He stepped closer, gently placing his hands on my shoulders. The skirt looks really good on you. I mean it. You look amazing. I'm glad you came out with me tonight. He pressed a light kiss to the top of my hand. My face flushed, and for a moment the noise in my brain went quiet. You know, maybe he is just nice. Let's get going. My friend just texted me that he was drinking to take the edge off before talking to some girl, which is never a good sign. Is your friend that bad at talking to women? Oh god, don't even get me started. You see when you meet him. Elias led me over to another building. Soft music played from outside the door. I could feel my body tense up. I really hope there aren't too many people there. As soon as I stepped inside, I could almost feel the heat radiate off the walls. A strong smell of weed filled the room, and I wonder if I would get secondhand just from breathing too much. The couch looked like a pile of faces with how many people were making out on it. Oh god. Elias! Jessie ran over to us, grabbing Elias's hand and bringing him in for a half chest bump. How could she just touch him like that? My teeth clenched. God, I wish I could be that natural with him. Thought I wouldn't see your ass here today. The heck are you talking about? I wouldn't miss this for anything. So, where is he? In the kitchen trying to get a girl's number? God, he's going off script. So, you gonna introduce me to your friend or have her just stand there? I'm getting to that, jeez. This is Camilla. This is Jessie. And Jessie's actually the singer and bass player of our band. You probably already know that though. Cammy here's a huge fan. Oh hell yeah, you like our music? That's so sick, dude. Yeah, you guys are really great. Your singing's always good. I swallowed a lump in my throat. What do I even say to her? How do people usually hold conversations? That means a lot to us to hear. What are you doing with this jackass though? What the hell, Jess? Jessie bent down to my level and whispered something in my ear. Is he bothering you, Queen? Elias can be a bit of a wacko sometimes, so let me know if he steps out of line. I really like her. She's so cute. Elias rolled his eyes and pulled Jessie away from me. Stop giving her the wrong impression of me. Hey, girls look out for girls. It would be immoral to not warn her about you. Don't listen to her. She's just praying for my downfall. Perchance. I'm gonna go see what Lars is up to. Grab a drink. Want one, Cammy? That'd be great. Should I go with you or... Nah, you can stay here and socialize. I'll be back in a bit with your drink. He's just gonna leave me here. But the whole reason why I came was to spend time with him. And did he forget I don't know anyone here? Or does he just not care? I forced down my displeasure and gave him a nod and half smile. This is the worst. I'll find you later, okay? Maybe he shouldn't have left me. Elias patted my head before going off into the kitchen, away from sight, and away from me. I guess I should have expected this. This is his friend's party after all. I'm just his +1 here. I looked off into the crowd. There are all these people I remember seeing with Elias sometimes. It's almost unbelievable how many friends he has. Maybe I could talk to someone to get some info on him. Just for curiosity purposes, of course. Let's seek out Lars first, and then we'll go back and seek out all the other people. I never really saw Lars all that much, aside from when the band played. I know he smokes with Elias a lot though. He might know things I couldn't stalk my way into finding out. If I remember right, he has an insane amount of height on him. Ooh. It wasn't hard to spot him. Looking over the crowd, I saw a tall figure slouched in the corner of the room, hiding away from everyone else. I sympathized with him a bit. He seemed to be enjoying this party just about as much as I was. I tried to walk over casually as I could, eventually shifting to the empty spot on the wall beside him. Oh no, not a dark-haired man. My weakness. He's so tall, he doesn't even fit in the screen. God, I want to climb him like a tree. Hey. Hi. You come here often? So you come here with Elias. You must be Camilla, right? Yeah, I've seen you play a few times. You're a good drummer. Thank you. You too. Oh, he's so cute. Crap. I just meant to say thank you. God, why does he seem so nervous? That makes two of us though, I guess. How'd you join the band? How do you know Elias? Say, how'd you and Elias meet? It's a bit of an awkward story. I was trying to get rid of my super old drum set, so I put up an ad for it around campus. Elias was the only one who showed up to see the thing and he asked me to play him a demo on it. I panicked because I never really play in front of people, and after I played, he just said, "You panic with rhythm, that's talent." Next thing I knew, he was dragging me to his band practices with Jessie and I never got to sell the kit. That sounded exactly like something Elias would say. I could practically hear his voice in my head all smooth and smug. You two must be pretty close. Yeah, he's a bit too energetic at times, but he's been good to me. He's also a bit of a manhole, so... Oh, just be wary of that if you're gonna do anything with him. Lars, there you are. Elias ran over to us, his face a little flushed from the amount of alcohol he'd been ingesting all night. Oh, I see you met Camilla already. Don't get too acquainted with her, we're about to head off soon. Lars nodded as he glanced at me, narrowing his eyes a little before walking off. What the hell was that look for? We should probably get going before my tipsy turns into being drunk. And I need to keep my wits up for what's about to happen. What do you mean? Nothing ominous, I mean just getting back to my place. You do want to come back to my place, right? Unless you're having a blast here? No, I think my small talk meter has run out. Well then, let's go. He gestured towards the door and I followed. Were we about to hook up again? Is that why he's taking me back? We entered his room. Elias immediately flopping onto the bed with a tired sigh. So how's the party? It was okay, I guess. I got to talk to some people, which was nice. He let out a soft breath as he turned his body to the side to face me. Honestly, it was pretty lame. Kinda disappointed this was the first function I brought you to. Probably would have been better if I just hung out with you tonight. I'm sure we could have done something that would have been more fun. Sweat formed on my brow as I inched closer to him. I felt my eyes bore into his as I tried not to look too eager. Like what? He smirked as he got up from his bed, softly pulling me to him. I was serious about what I said last time. I'd love to see a gorgeous girl like you all tied down for me. Have you ever done something like that, Camilla? What? No. Well, you a bit curious? I bobbed my head up and down. God, I hope I'm not doing that super surprise look again. Elias leaned down, kissing my cheek softly as he stepped back, sitting down on his bed and pulling me towards his lap. His hand wandered down to my hoodie, grabbing the ends of it lightly. Can I take this off? Yes, please. I wanted his hands all over me. I wanted to feel his warmth against mine again. His head went down, kissing my shoulders and chest softly. He began to take off his shirt as well, and I marveled again at how his body looked. God, he's fit. I felt hands trace down my body, feeling the curvature. Looking away, I was reminded again of when he cleaned me up, and my heart raced a bit as a small amount of fear seeped through me. Relax. Everything's okay. I felt his fingers go through my hair as he kissed me deeply. I felt my nerves die out as I closed his eyes and let him feel me. Wow. He got off me, grabbing something on the side of his bed. He looked down at me, his expression only further calming me down. I like you like this. It's so nice to see all of you. Can you lift your arms for me? I did as I was told, and Elias brought a red rope down, tying both my wrists to the bed carefully. Does that feel okay? I pulled on them, despite not being uncomfortable. I could barely move my arms at all. Yeah, it feels good. Elias's expression shifted, his soft smile turning into a bit of a smirk. He got up the bed softly as he turned around. Oh no. Oh no, I'm kind of nervous to read this line because it's giving me a feeling. Elias looked down as he sat beside my bound, spread out body. His back shook, and I could hear small chokes of laughter come out of him. My jaw shivered. Did my body look that bad? My face heated up in shame and embarrassment, and he seemed so into me a second ago. What's going on? Oh no. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, I'm freaking out right now. Holy shit. That was just too easy, wasn't it? My heart dropped as Elias got off the bed and headed straight for my bag. Wait. What are you doing? I yelled as I pulled on the rope, feeling the smooth surface dig into my skin. The wax on the rope was still soft, causing no burns or pain. I wish the rope would cut into me to make me have a distraction from what happened next. Cammy, look here. Elias brought my phone up to my face, causing it to immediately unlock. I spun it out as my eyes widened. He sat next to my head, ruffling my hair as I saw him scroll through my phone. Let's see. Oh, don't even have to really look. That's so mean. I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. Never trust a good-looking man with big boobas. God damn it! I knew I was right! He pointed the phone screen to me, showing the gallery of all the candid photos I'd taken of him. Man, I knew something was off after the day I met you. Had this weird feeling someone was following me. How awkward would it have been if I had been wrong? He kept scrolling, I couldn't speak. I was frozen in something beyond fear. Oh, holy shit. Is this your spank bank of me? This is so mean. Like she shouldn't have taken the pictures and she shouldn't have been stalking him. But this is so unimaginably cruel. I feel sick. Elias must have found my hidden gallery. I just wanted to melt away into the sheets. There's me working out on a jog. Well, you're fast with your camera. I was just wiping off sweat with my shirt and you just zoomed in on my chest. This is so horrible. Because like he's like exposing our deepest secrets. We're spiraling. And he's got us like tied up to his bed, like naked. And so we're like incredibly vulnerable. And oh my god. This is like way more than I was expecting. I couldn't hear him. Everything faded away around me. I still looked straight at his ceiling. I've been caught. What's gonna happen now? He's got me tied down. Is he gonna kill me? I deserve it. How could I be so stupid? Of course he wasn't interested in me. And now everything's ruined because of my stupidity. Hey. No, come on. Don't give me that look. I'm not mad or anything. I just want to clarify some stuff. He set down my phone before grabbing my face to turn my head to him. Everything. From the moment you started this little watch party of yours. Tell me every detail. How much exactly do you know about me? Oh god. I'm gonna tell him this time. Well, my teeth chattered and my eyes watered. Elias still stared down at me with a smirk on his face, waiting. I had a crush on you and I'm sorry, I don't know why. I just wanted to get closer to you and... You wanted to get closer to me by stalking me? Oh, bad move, Cammy. You could just come up to me like a normal person instead of doing all this. I felt his words stab into me like a knife, and something instead started to break. Tears poured out of my eyes before I could stop myself and my body shook as I began to sob. I turned my head away from him. I haven't cried in front of someone since I was a kid. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, God, I couldn't get words out as more sobs just ran through me. Jeez. Oh, hey, don't cry. Elias's voice turned soft as he wiped away the tears that continued to stream down my face. What do you mean, don't cry? You have me like tied here and you're exposing my worst secret and you're humiliating me. On the roof that day, oh God, I was gonna jump and you were just there and you were nice to me. Elias's eyes widened and he stilled. My breathing hiccuped and I couldn't stop. I just wanted to... I know I'm a freak. I'm sorry. Something flickered across Elias's face and the smirk dropped. He stared for a moment, frozen, as if trying to decide whether he'd gone too far. Without a word, he reached for the knots around my wrists. His hand moved slower now, more careful, as if unsure. I need to stop. Get a hold of yourself. My hand shakily went to my face as I started to pinch hard at my cheek, feeling the area dissolve with blood and turn purple. Oh my god, stop that. Elias? I know she shouldn't have done the photo thing, but this is really messed up. Oh, this is a horrible thing to do to someone. Elias grabbed my wrist tight, pulling them away from my face. I could hear a loud snap. Come on, hey, look at me. His voice was no longer playful. It was sharp, grounding. Breathe with me, right now. I'll be honest, I don't want to be near you. I'm gonna go to Lars. Give me back to Lars. At least he's shy and awkward just like me. He pulled me, sitting me up as he placed both my hands over his chest. His heartbeat thudded on my palms. It was deep but slow. My eyes looked up at his face. His gaze was locked onto mine. I could see him say something, but my ears couldn't pick up on it. The rise and fall of a deep breath was felt through my palms, and soon I started to match his rhythm. Breathing in and out with him made my body a little more calm. After a while, Elias's grip on my hands loosened as he gave me a warm smile. Are you alright now? Yeah, no thanks to you. Go to hell! I nodded back wordlessly. That's good. His gaze shifted to the purple patch on my cheek, then back to my eyes. His look could almost be considered a glare. Almost as if he was threatening me. Now there is something cooked about this man. Nuh-uh. Something is absolutely wrong with this dude. Don't ever do that again. Got it? Piss off! The audacity! Nuh-uh. Nah, you get away from her right now. Holy shit. He leaned in close, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you that bad. I didn't want you to run away before we could actually talk. We were not talking. You had me tied down, and you pulled up the phone and laughed at me. And humiliated me. I don't believe anything you say for a second. I may be a freak. I may be a pervert. But there is something wrong with you. You are manipulative as hell. I don't trust you. I hugged my knees to my chest, feeling the raw skin under my eyes where the tears had dried. I felt so pathetic. Elias, I'm sorry. I swear I didn't mean to hurt you. I don't know what came over me. Don't apologize. Honestly, it was kind of flattering. I never thought I was interesting enough to have someone stalk me. And after what you told me, it makes sense. He reached out and gently brushed his fingers across my tear-stained cheeks. People in desperate situations, they cling to whatever brings them safety. Comfort. I guess I was that comfort for you, and that's okay, Cammy. You didn't do anything wrong. You were hurting, and you just wanted to feel better. I don't trust you. I don't trust anything you say. You can take it. You can take it and shove it so far up your butt, you're gonna feel like an omega when an alpha descends on him. Nuh-uh. I'm glad I could be that for you, even if I didn't realize it. You don't have to be alone anymore. You don't have to watch from the sidelines like some invisible ghost. Apologize? I might not know everything about you, but I want to. I want to understand what's going on in your head, and I want to be there for you. Oh no, I really am just a pet project for him, aren't I? I know what it's like to have no one to depend on, and I don't want that for you. So let me be someone you can count on. Really count on. Not from a distance and not in secret. For real. Can I put my clothes back on? Am I dreaming? Everything you said sounded like one of the fantasies I used to play out in my head on sleepless nights. Oh, Elias. Elias pulled me into a hug and fresh tears filled my eyes. I like you, Cammy. You're interesting, complex, and I'd really like to get to know all of you. No, no, girl. Girl, run. Usually I'm like, yeah, run towards him. This time I'm like, run away, far, far away. This man is going to be our downfall. I've never been so worried for the main character before, but I am very worried. I'm like that. Oh, you poor sweet baby. After all the pain, the disappointment, the cruel thoughts that crawled through my mind day after day, it finally felt like I got a win. Elias wants to know me. Me. I felt relief as my body finally let itself relax, and I fell into a lulled sleep. I didn't trust him for a second. To be continued. I'm freaking out. I'm gonna be honest, I am freaking out. But before I give my final thoughts and everything, let's try on some of these other options and see what goes on. Let's try and talk to some of the other people, because I want to talk to Jessie and I want to seek out someone else. Seek out Jessie. He seems the closest to her. I'm almost certain their relationship has gone past the area of friends at some point. I think I saw her walk out of the kitchen a second ago. Looking around the room, I finally spot Jessie, her pink hair standing tall out of the crowd. Damn, she could be a model with how tall she is. She's almost the same height as Elias. Before I could even go up to her, she tried to ride over to me. Camilla! Camilla, right? Yeah, that's me. God, you're so petite. You're like a... Peach. Yeah, Peach. Is she drunk? Thank you. Ellie told me you're cute, but you're doll-sized. Jessie stumbled back and she immediately held herself up on my shoulders. Crap, when Ellie said you were coming, I was like, oh shit, this is like the real deal. God, girlie. She stared at me straight in the eyes, her face suddenly turning tense. Run. While you still can. What? What? Girl. No. No, see, something is wrong. Not to disrespect my boy or anything, but I can tell he feels different about you. And when he gets into relationships, he becomes a nut job. Different. Different how? Hard to explain. Oh no, we're gonna try all these options. I'm just gonna pop a save here. Let's do... Explain. Could you please try to explain? Looks like someone's really into him. A blush overtook my face and I couldn't even deny her. It's just that Elias never really talks about his hookups. And he outright said he was interested in you, which is pretty unlike him. He's super selective with the people he's actually interested in, which is ironic since he's a bit of a man-whore. So he does like me at least a little. But why is he interested in me? To him, we've only met 3 times. Jessie, can you finish this drink for me? I lost again. Long as I can finish you off too, girl. Whoa. Oh, sorry, Cam. Gotta go. Enjoy the party, girl. Jessie patted my arm and walked over to the beer pong table. I heard my name being called from across the room, and Elias ran over to me. Alright. So... back here, so let's try some of the other Jessie options. Has he done this before? Has he brought other girls around like this? Yeah, he has. But not like this. Not recently. He seems pretty interested in you. Okay. Alright, same line, so that's all she says for this option. What about how close are you and Elias? You two seem super close. Were you ever... dating? Yeah. What the hell no? Do I look... She cut herself off, looking at me up and down. I guess you don't have a good radar. Let's chill. Don't worry though. He's like a brother to me. Damn, known him since middle school. We go way back. Okay, so Jessie is a lesbian. She's so cool though. I want to date Jessie. Alright, so those are all of Jessie's options. Let's do the rest of Lars's options. Cause we've done how do you know Elias, and then we need to do how did you join the band, and is there anything new? Is there anything new going on with Elias? Not really, just same old. Though he did say something a little shocking to me last time. Really, what was it? He mentioned he felt watched sometimes. My stomach sank. Had I been caught? That's strange. Did he mention who he thinks it might have been watching him? He said it kinda offhandedly. When I asked him about it again, he told me it was just a feeling. Still worries me a bit though. He's been cyberstalked before by a fan, but he's never had an IRL stalker. Then again, Elias is a pretty big guy, so I doubt anyone would mess with him. That makes sense. If someone had cyberstalked him, these days it's so easy to gather info from someone's social media. I mean, that's how I found out where he frequents. It doesn't seem like Elias is too worried about that though. Plus, it doesn't seem like he suspects me at all. How scary. You two must be pretty close. Okay, so we're back to this option that we got before. Okay, well, only one more Lars option, which is how'd you join the band. Some light conversation with this guy might get me some info. So how'd you join No Exit? Elias knew I could play the drums and I would help him practice sometimes. Then one day he told me to practice at a cafe with him, and it turns out it was a surprise performance. Oh god, that would make me shit. And I'm in the band. You two must be pretty close. Alright, that's all the Lars options, so... all that's left is the other one, where I seek out someone else. I walked to the wall, looking around the area for anyone in particular who caught my eye. Through the crowd, I could see a mess of dirty blonde hair get closer to me. Oh, so hot in here. Oh god, it's you! My eyes widened as Bianca, clearly intoxicated, leaned back right next to me. Her green eyes glared at me. This night just keeps getting worse and worse. So, you're the latest, huh? You never brought me to parties. Must be nice. My mouth stood still. I felt frozen, once again reminded of last time. I ain't gonna do shit to you, alright? I'm more chill now. You just caught me in a bad mood last time. Bianca sighed as she ran her fingers through her hair, taking another sip of some drink in her Dixie cup. I can't believe you can just move on from person to person so fast. You never even took me out like this. What the hell did you do to get him to bring you? He just invited me. He's a player, you know? And he ain't picky. No one's special to that jackass. So, who's he been with? Bianca pointed to the mess of people. Any person he calls an old buddy is an old hookup, so ask him yourself. But trust me, It's a lot. I don't even know. I'm usually better with ending hookups. He was just different. I mean, who the hell cooks breakfast for a hookup? She threw a cup on the ground, her face turning an even deeper shade of red. I hate him. He's such a manipulative jerk. She pointed a manicured finger at my chest. Enjoy a little fondness of him while it lasts. You'll end up like me too, in a month or something. My stomach twisted. Breakfast. He cooked up breakfast. You at least gotta care about someone to put in that much work. I looked down at my shoes. Bianca's words still ringing in my head. I know how Elias is. It's not a crime to hook up with a lot of people. I just wish he could see me as more than just another hookup. Did he ever talk about his family with you? The hell? Why does that matter to you? Ask him yourself. I just want to know what I'm getting myself into. You won't last long enough for any of that to matter. Not from what I heard. There's some insane law going on. Hell, we smoked together, and we just started talking about some random shit and he let it slip that he was raised by just his mom before being put in foster care. That's all I got though. Bianca sniffled a bit, looking at her drink splattered on the floor. I'm done talking about that jackass. She pushed past me, beelining straight for the door. Her words marinated in me for a bit. Even though I've been watching him for so long, it still feels like I know nothing about Elias. I hear my name being called from across the room. Alright, we're back here. We'll go... He's not. He's not a jerk, he's just different from other people is all. Bianca rolled her eyes. What sort of Kool-Aid are you drinking? I don't even know. I'm usually better with ending hookups, but he was just different. Okay, I think this is all the same. Yeah, this is all the same. So that was pretty short. That means we just got... What's with you two? What happened between you two? Were you really that close? The conversations I used to watch between them usually only consisted of makeout sessions, but still. He was hooking up with her for quite some time. Maybe he did have a tiny bit of feelings for her. I gripped the bottom of my hoodie, awaiting her response. She took a big swig of her drink before turning to me again. And this is it for Bianca's, Yep, that's all the options. Alright, so... Now that we've spoken to Lars, Jessie, and Bianca, what happens here if we stay quiet? Elias let out a disappointed sigh, as a smirk tugged on his lips. His eyes narrowed as my breath hitched. What was he planning? Dipping his head down, a cold sweat started to form on my brow. His voice was soft in my ear. Keeping quiet, huh? Not being so shameless too with all these photos. My expression remained still, unable to even move. He lifted his head up, humming to himself, as he suddenly lifted his hands right in front of my face and wiggled his fingers. You're tied down, Cammy. If you don't fess up soon, there will be consequences. Should I tickle it out of you? Pretty fast with my fingers. Yeah, I'm sure we felt that. You really don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Oh, this is actually just some sick game to him. I want to puke. Elias looked at me, as if I was some stupid game to him. Something broke within me as I started to sob, and Elias put his hands up in a bit of a shocked state. Hey, I was only kidding. Mostly. I turned my head away from him. I haven't cried in front of someone since I was a kid. Okay, this is all the same. Yeah, okay. So the rest of this is the same and we still get the same ending. So definitely like, when we confess, it's definitely like the better, like the more intense option. Last thing I want to do is to look through his stuff. So we can look at his bed. His mattress was really soft. Looking over at the fabric headboard, I noticed some out-of-place looking loops. They were sewn on with a welded button on top. He must have put that on there himself. Maybe it's to hold stuff. Alright, well, that's the same. Look in the chest. Does he usually use this to sit instead of a chair? Walking over to the chest, I carefully opened it. Just a little peek. Looking in the chest isn't that much. There are various clothes on top. Digging your hand in, you felt something poke at you. A few things, actually. Grabbing the items you brought into your view. We all knew he was a little bit kinky. A loud gasp escaped my lips as I pulled out some waxy rope. What looked to be a clamp and a duster paddle. Are you okay, Camilla? Elias yelled from the kitchen. I could hear his footsteps approaching as I stuffed the supplies back into his box, shoving it far under the table. Yeah, I'm fine. I thought I heard a scream. Did you see something shocking? I shook my head fiercely, trying to calm my heavy breathing. Alright. Well, one more thing. Look at his drawers. Being careful not to make my footsteps too loud, I walk over to his drawer, pulling out the top one slightly. His clothes were packed inside, all neatly folded. Most of the shirts look rather vintage. He does seem like the thrifting type. And that's about it too, for this option. So, I want to see if there's any consequences, because last time we didn't steal his journal, but this time I want to stuff it in my purse and see what happens. So we're going to yoink the journal and take it. His journal. I actually have his journal now. Holy shit, I am a creep. The regret was immediate and all-consuming. I should put it back. Put what back? That... Elias chuckled. How does it keep sneaking up on me? You're kinda jumpy, it's cute. Cute. Alright, then he gives us a try. Alright. After we hook up with Elias, we get to go home and actually read a bit of the journal as well. I grabbed my bag, rummaging around until I pulled out the journal I took from Elias's room. Half of me still thought I imagined taking it, but here it was, in my hands. This is a bigger invasion of privacy than I anticipated. I dragged my hand down the cover, feeling the grooves of Elias's pen drawings. What a pretty flower. There must be a lot of doodles in here. One peek couldn't hurt, right? I carefully undid the string and opened the journal, making sure not to bend any of the pages. Most of the pages were song lyrics I'd already heard. This must be a pretty old notebook. And this is new. Song idea. Find me in the riverbend and watch me flow. Thinking of the time when we were just drifting. Blah blah blah. Something that rhyme goes here. A lot of the pages are filled with drawings and the newest pages have tons of unfinished lyrics. Jessie. She's the band's lead singer. I saw her handwriting covering some of the newer pages. And I felt a small burn flare through me. I softly spoke the lyrics to myself. I never really paid attention to the words. They usually scream during performances, but most of the songs are kinda sad. What is this bit? If it's just for the night, I'll try to make you happy now. Wordlessly playing, baby, are you thinking about him? Don't give me these sickly feelings. I won't just disappear. Make me a replacement. I hate him. So just don't look at me. Wow. I try to imagine the melodies that go along with them. There's no sheet music in here. I seen him come up with beats before, so maybe there's a separate books or some recordings. I flipped through more pages, noting the overall meanings in the words until I came across a different page. For Mum, sweet dreams in your rest eternal. May you find comfort in the light you floated to. Mum, peaceful gardens awaited you. I wish you could tell me what flowers are there. Filling the field in your long dress, your hair flowing effortlessly down your back. Something you always wanted to do. Mum, do you plant flowers for me there too? That's so sad. Elias did mention something about foster care. I closed the book gently, tying it back up. I should have never taken that. With something like that in there, Elias must be looking for his journal. Guilt gnawed at me. I need to find a way to put it back at some point. Maybe when we meet again, I can slip it into his bag. Or back into his room. Alright, and that is the full playthrough and all of the major options for Subhuman. I did also try and see what would happen if you gave your brother the money. So what happens is that he doesn't spend it on rent, he spends it on games and still ends up moving back with your mum anyway. And she calls you and has the same conversation and demands money from you. And also, if you text Elias instead of going to see him, you basically get the same conversation with him, except you don't hear the bit between him and Jessie. But the bit about him inviting you to the party is just done over text instead. So those are like the differences with those two choices. But no, I have a lot of thoughts about this game. Originally, I thought that I was gonna be like the freak, like the bad person, but I don't think I'm a bad person at all. The poor main character has gone through so much, has an awful upbringing, is clearly like not the favorite golden child like the brother is, and the mother is like just abusive and crappy, and obviously it's affected their self-worth so badly to a point where they are now coping with like self-harming and other really toxic behaviors. And I can't imagine what it would feel like to feel so incredibly alone, which is why I don't condone it, but I understand the attachment to Elias. However, something is wrong with Elias. First of all, the whole thing with Jessie where she says like run while you still can is a very, very big red flag. And also saying that like, you know, despite them being such good friends, whenever he gets into a relationship, he's a bit of a nutcase. That is a very big red flag. Him, when we were like hooking up at first, he was really forceful and commanding as well, which is the first thing that gave me red flags. I was like, I'm feeling something off about this man. I don't think he's a good person. And not to mention the big elephant in the room, him tying us down, grabbing our phone after like stripping us and humiliating us by going through our photos was absolutely horrible. We shouldn't have taken those photos. We shouldn't have been stalking him. But my God, I felt sick knowing that like he had us in that really vulnerable position and that's what he was intending to do to us for his own amusement. Even the conversation at the end where he was like calming down the main character and everything and making them feel better and saying like, oh, don't do that again. I want to be someone there for you to rely on. You're interesting and I want to get to know you. There is something so viscerally wrong about that. I can feel it in my gut and it doesn't feel good. It's like he sees us as like his pet project. Like a pet project that he wants to like dissect and be entertained by rather than actually seeing us as a person. I think like to me, it kind of feels like he sees us as a study and he wants to elicit all these different reactions because he's a psych student and he's interested in seeing like how we react and that's something that amuses him. Like sure, he might treat us better, but I really don't think he sees us as a person, which is probably why the name of this is like Subhuman. But that's like my thoughts so far. I do also want to know about his past because it is hinted that he's got a pretty messed up past, especially with his mom, like with that poem that we saw, with the things that Bianca mentioned, with what Jessie said as well. And I really need to find out what she means when she says he is a nutcase, because it is an absolute chilling choice of words to say run while you still can about your best friend. But no, this was really good. I thought it was very well written. The portrayal of what the main character is going through is very, very realistic. And my God, like that slowly building dread when you know Elias isn't as good as you like initially think he is. It's such a steady climb and then you just drop at the like the end scene. That shocked me. But no, I love this immensely, and I hope you guys did too. Bingzi is always so incredibly talented, and I am a huge fan of a lot of her games. I adored Pretty Boy Panic. I loved Sunlit Grove, and also Pocket Lover as well, which I've actually done videos on all of them for, and I've linked below as well if you guys want to watch that too. But no, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you guys liked this as much as I did. If you guys did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next video. And also, if you want exclusive content from me, such as uncut reactions to spicy scenes, like the one in this video, and also exclusive playthroughs and spicy art and BL art that I do, feel free to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description box below. But that's all for now. Thank you so much for being here, and until next time, take care.